Well, we're here pitch side ahead of Tottenham against Manchester United. Delighted to say I'm joined by Gary Neville for this one. Gary, what are you expecting from this fixture? Chaos?
Probably. That's the problem with these two teams. Both, in fact, you say they're unpredictable, but they're actually quite predictable. They lose a lot of football matches, so that's the intriguing thing today about what actually is going to happen. Who's going to win? Both of them in terrible positions in the league. Tottenham obliterated by injuries, but Manchester United have got injury problems as well today in midfield. So it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a good game in the sense that it'll be exciting. I think there'll be goals, but I don't sure there'll be that much quality.
Yeah, how bad is that? We talk about Tottenham in a moment, but Amad Diallo, the latest injury problem. You look in the midfield area as well with Menu, Ugarte potentially with a problem, Collier as well. What are they going to do approach-wise today, do you think?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, particularly in midfield, you've obviously got Casemiro, Eriksen. We know that's not worked before, but they may have to go to that. Fernandes will probably drop back in one of those two that I've just mentioned before will play alongside him. But yeah, it's not great. I mean, the investment that's gone into that squad and where they end up in terms of players on the pitch, not just that, they don't seem to be adapting that well to the new system that the manager has obviously brought in since he's come, the 3-4-3. So there's massive challenges for United. And they've got to turn the corner at some time, but it doesn't feel like it's coming anytime soon.
And as much as Spurs have struggled with their own injuries, and obviously here at home in the league, they haven't won since November. No. 5 defeats, 2 draws. Yeah. Is this the kind of day where it could be a good day for Spurs, given that they're starting to get a few players back, and a home game they have produced a win here against Liverpool in the Cup, against Manchester United in the Cup? Yeah,
I mean, obviously it's been an awful run for them, and going out of the 2 cup competitions recently puts added pressure onto the players, but also the manager. So they do need something to happen. They need they need to see the light at the end of the tunnel, don't they? And it's. Every time I come here, I marvel at this stadium and think about the atmosphere. I always see good games here as well, which is always, I think, a good thing for all of us that are going to be watching. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I actually think United will win, but I say that with very little confidence. I just have a gut instinct that they'll win today, and that they'll have too much for Tottenham.
Does it feel like the type of fixture that if there is a winner, that kind of winning team will have a week off from the madness, and the loser is almost even deeper into the crisis?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Ange Postecoglou's been at the club a lot longer. Just done a piece up in the studio with Jamie Redknapp and Kelly and Jermaine Defoe, looking at the manager that Tottenham have sacked and the points in the sort of season when they've sacked them and where they are in the league. And there's managers been sacked here when they've been 4th, 5th and 7th in the league. Great managers as well. And the 3 managers that have left here recently, Nuno, Conte and Jose Mourinho, are all 3rd, 2nd and 1st in the league, which is not very good for Daniel Levy and the board here, because you've got to create a foundation for success, and it's obvious that here it's very challenging to do that on the pitch at this moment in time, and has been for 10-15 years. For United, I think because Amorim's in so quickly, I think he's under less pressure, but the results and more importantly the performances, and I've been talking about performances for 1, 2, 3 years, you can't detach result and performance, because you can get away without playing well and winning a few times, but it'll catch up with you if you don't perform on a regular basis and a consistent level. Manchester United have demonstrated nothing since Ruben Amorim came to the club. From a playing perspective, that they're adapting to the system, that they've got fluidity in the system. That has to change at some point.
And away from this fixture, the title race, obviously Arsenal found a way to win with. They didn't buy a striker in the window. Havertz then got injured. And Mikel Merino, have they found somebody that can just help them keep clinging close to Liverpool?
Yeah, I don't have sympathy for Arsenal. They've been in 2 title races. They know how challenging it is, that group of players and the club and the manager, and they've left themselves short. We all knew that they needed a striker and an improvement in that department, so I don't think they can complain at this moment in time. Where they could complain maybe is if they bought a couple of strikers and then they got injured and you say, well, okay, that's bad luck. But I think at the moment, my view was yesterday, I thought it might have to be Declan Rice moving from midfield and driving forward to get the goals for him, but Merino turned up. I still think they've got, ultimately in football matches, you've got to find a way. And if you're a top team at a top club like Arsenal are, been very close in the last 12 months to winning the league, you've got to find a way. You've got to put pressure on Liverpool. Now, it's more than likely that they'll end up back at 7 points at the end of this weekend when Liverpool, obviously playing Wolves now, more than likely they'll win. But they've got to do their job, and they've got to make sure that Liverpool, when they go into these games, I think they've got, obviously, Villa midweek, haven't they, Liverpool? They've then got City. They've then got, I think, Newcastle. So they've got 3 games now. They've got to make sure, Arsenal, that they do their job in that period, so that if Liverpool do drop points, they're there waiting for them.
And is it very much still Liverpool's to lose, or do you give Man City any hope at all after what you saw yesterday?
No. City, I don't think City are in the title race at all. I mean, Liverpool would have to absolutely blow up. It can happen, but I don't see the signs being there of it happening. There's too much experience. I mean, the one injury that I've talked about for the last few months that would cost Liverpool but dearly would be Van Dijk. You take Van Dijk out, it makes a huge difference to that team. So that's what Arsenal will be hoping for. They're hoping for Liverpool to have some injury problems in key areas.
OK, Gary, well, thank you very much for your time. Gary Neville, part of our coverage, Sky Sports main event this afternoon for Tottenham against Manchester United.